Peace to the nation. Uh, I hope this morning finds you all well. Um, you see the title. I had was listening to a sister's podcast. Uh, a very strong sister. Um, very instrumental, um, transformative, a revolutionary sister. A sister that seeks about a change. Um, Sister with a very interesting history, and that is to be expected. I mean, this is a Pisces sister. I guess maybe just in my own opinion, I being a Pisces, I believe that I have an interesting history as well. But this is not about me at all. Now, now it's known this channel. This is uh, the NGR room, the nigger room, the Niger room. Um, and for a large part, I talk about issues that are relative to the African American, the black, and the people that are that refer to ourselves as the nigger folk. Uh, those who are affiliated with what known as the nigger nation. People have their organizations and groups and collectives per se, and we just a people of like-minded individuals per se. Have aligned with the same type of ideology. So I was listening to the sisters. I mean, I once upon a time, I got to admit, um, and it was really just unfair. And I guess I'm guilty of what I perceive that you are guilty of. Not necessarily guilty, which I suspect that you are not afflicted. Is not even a good word either, but once upon a time, I knew who you were, and I think I might have listened to a video or two of yours before, and it was cool, but uh, there was a time period where I was an avid listener a more social media influencer personality by the name of Tariq Nasheed. And for some reason you had a dispute. Well, maybe he had a dispute. There was a rift between the two of you, and you going back and forth on the YouTube streets or whatever. So I think what it caused me to feel some type of distaste. Well, distaste is a strong word. Aversion towards you in the beginning was that there was an event called uh, uh, the Foundational Black American Convention that was in Atlanta, uh, uh, and I attended that convention, and you had a critique about it, and I think and I may have been in your comment sections, being unnecessarily emotional because I guess due to the fact that I just came from and spent my money. Some of your assessments were correct, and I got to admit they were correct. But I used to didn't care for you for some unnecessary reason. But as I still was listening to Mr. Nasheed, whatever, it was like sometimes I would see him going at you, and I'm like, man, he ain't really got to even address shorty, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I'm not so much a listener, Mr. Nasheed. It is for whatever reasons. It's not for me to just to really explain in this particular video. So I've spoken to her. I've spoken to Miss. Well, if for the event, Mrs. Mechee is listening. I'm just a nobody. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about some. Never mind. But yeah, I'm just nobody. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just a lesser known YouTuber. And I think I made a video, and I know that I made a video before, and I think I might have tagged you all here and then. It was about this person. It was about my guy, Mr. Charleston. Just come out with it. And I listened to your podcast last night. Well, not pod. Well, your program last night. And you said some interesting things, and I don't mean to steal your content. This is for editorial purposes. What do they call this? That's that thing they like to stamp off shit. You know, a lot of times inappropriately. You know, for editorial purposes. I can't think of it. It's a legal term. Fair use. That's what it is. Fair use. This is fair use in its most purest form. But I'm going to start. I'm going to play, but I'm going to pause when I want to make a bit of commentary.
For those of you that don't have one, you can rent it if you would like to watch it as well. I don't know. Don't quote me on this. It's $4 5 something like that. Okay, so I did want to say that. So anyway, you guys, let's get into this conversation. But before we get into the TD Jakes part, I want to say something, and we're going to talk a little bit about this for a moment in the beginning because it still does pertain to the conversation we're having. So I had a couple of you guys ask me. When I say a couple, it was only like two. But I'm going to address it because it's just so many people that I feel like put this man on a pedestal. And I'm not talking about TD Jakes or Diddy at this moment, but you will see what I mean about how it plays into what we're talking about. So I want to speak about Charleston White for one moment. Everybody is saying like, you know, Mechee, did you see the interview, and y'all tagged me and stuff online, the interview that he did with Cam Newton, that's his name. So anyway, you guys keep asking me about that, right? And so I will not be speaking on any of that stuff that Charleston White has to say in that vein. You guys watch that shit and y'all think that Charleston White is okay. And I'm not saying you if you don't, but let's be real. A big part of our black community, y'all love this man. I don't understand why we believe in upholding shit and putting shit on a pedestal, because that's exactly what Charleston White is. I am going to continue to say this every time y'all bring this to my attention and ask me my opinion. I'm rather offended at the black community and black men specifically who do not see this man for what he is. Every time I turn around, one of y'all that have podcasts or they have platforms, y'all are always putting Charleston White on this platform. Y'all play his clips. Y'all say this dumb shit like, oh, this man is the truth. He hit us with some real facts. Now, let me ask you guys, if anybody would like to oblige me in this, I'm looking at two chats, right? We got a chat over here on MX Network. We got the chat over here on YouTube. So y'all tell me, right, what?
Okay, now, there's going to be a word, and this word is always for anyone who has criticisms or critiques toward Charleston White, you know, may have whatever size platform they may have. There's a word that they always use when they're discussing their gripe against Charleston White. The word starts with an S, it ends with a D. It's a very short word. It has 4 letters. It starts with an S, it ends with a D, it has an A and an I in it. She said that man was shit. And she don't understand why black men, blah, blah, blah. Well, I can understand that you're a black woman. So in a lot of cases, some things about black men you you may not necessarily understand. And that's not to be chauvinistic or, you know, even to add any fuel into whatever perceived gender sparring wars, you know, because you know, niggas is not equipped for any type of war whatsoever. Or even an emotional war, I guess you could say, between the opposite sex. You got niggas rather go buy passports to travel. I'm getting off topic. But yeah, there's a 4-letter word that when people describe their issues with Mr. Charleston White, they always use this word. So let me continue with the good sister Mechee X. I have a lot of respect for the sister. She's a very entrepreneurial sister, and you know, she supports black businesses and all of that. So really, it kind of surprises me when she says that Charleston White is shit, when Charleston White constantly and consistently represents black businesses and helps promote black businesses, and with a influencer voice. Why do they give them the likes and the views? Why do they continue to give them likes and views? Hey, you just don't watch it. You didn't watch you from what you said, you didn't watch the interview. So I guess that's really, in a way, where the first problem starts. You didn't watch the interview, and there was a reason why people contacted you about the interview. And I understand you're on the road right now. You're doing justice work. You know, people dealing with people whose family members got murdered by the hands of police. Charleston White is familiar with friends whose family member, the child, has gotten murdered by police. But yeah, let me continue. The four-letter word.
What has Charleston White told you, and what has he revealed to anybody that is so damn profound that you never knew it until you heard him say?
Say.
I got somewhere to be, so I'm gonna let it sink in for a minute, but not too long tonight. But that's a real damn question. I heard Charleston White say a damn thing that if he didn't say it, I would have lacked less knowledge. I would have been less intelligent. I wouldn't have known what was going on if Charleston White didn't inform me. Why?
See, now, I also have to say this early. So, you know, in case people don't want to make it as far out into the video. Charleston White said several times, he ain't come on to teach now, son, the bitch, nothing. He come on here to bullshit. I come on here to bullshit, go viral, promote my brands, blase roost, give me my comedy shows, whatever I got going on. I come on here to bullshit, talk about shit, go viral, build my presence up on here. I'm not, and he has never proclaimed to be the leader of nobody. He has never proclaimed to be the representative or the force of all black people. Matter of fact, there's a specific there. You know, we speak about the delineation where, you know, when it comes to, like, for example, reparations, where the people that were raised who have ancestry from the slave fields in the South, they want to make sure that we want to make sure that we are recognized as being separate and apart from those who have immigrated to this country. Now, you may have a certain form of delineation between the Black American community, because there's certain, you might have your Black Democrats, your Black Republicans, all types of manners of ideologies and cultural practices of Black peoples, African American, nigger folks. You know, even those three designations should incite different types of perceptions of people. But let me continue.
Less intelligent, I wouldn't have known what was going on if Charleston White didn't inform me. Why do we like putting shit on pedestals? You know, when I was in college and you had to do paper.
I want to see, that's another thing, man. And you know, because due to the fact I'm a self-confident man, right? You know, and I have no problem like saluting the next nigga, whatever. I know I'm confident in my sexuality per se. So it's like, and you know, I had a father, you know, my father, for better or worse, you know, at good times and bad times, but I still had a daddy, I had a grandpappy. I know what it's like to have a male, positive male elder figure in my family to look up to. I don't have to look online in the cyber world or even out into the streets to find some type of representation of what might be a dominant, well, might be a guiding, motivating force within me by way of fatherhood or male influence. I don't need it. So when you say, it often interests me when women say that to another man about another man. You put him on a pedestal. You all on that nigga. Woo. Now I understand. I guess maybe a part that with that man, that the person that the woman is speaking to may have a type of interest, or you may have gained this interest, or might have given him drawn the attention away from her. Excuse me. Drawing the attention away from her to him. So it's like, well, you know, she has to somehow make him feel ashamed to have regard for this other male. Now you see a lot of these modern males, they do the same shit. That's why, you know, I say they kind of like, I be trying to say, and that's not fair to their mamas, but I basically, y'all really kind of sound like y'all mamas, because y'all be sassy with the shit y'all do. But I digress. The pedestal part, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I guess I get it, but I don't get it.
Putting shit on pedestals. You know, when I was in college and you had to do papers we have to, of course, cite our work. You can't just give a paper and give your opinion without giving cited sources that back up your opinion, right? And there is a such thing as a credible source and a non-credible source. Some of them sources will get your ass a bad grade on your paper because you might have wrote it well. It might have made some sense, but these goddamn references you gave me were not legitimate references, and they were pieces of shit that we are not.
See, and that's the problem. You mentioned references, but the references you are using are YouTube videos where I should say I guess people have continually said that he's in character. This is not the person that he is offline. He's on here doing this in order for for a purpose, for a particular purpose. And for the most part, he's been relatively I guess it's happened before, but maybe not so much in the way and the method in which the way Mr. White has done. The man has talked his way. The man literally talked his way to a millionaire status over the course of 2-3 years. I think he may be at 2 million net worth, whatever. And it's not like he's signed to any industry or whatever. Right about now, he's preparing to do a contract, an official contract. But he's been doing this on his own, hully gully, just dealing with his folk, with his kinfolk, his kind. Those people that are able to see past what he says online versus having the knowledge and also the ability to observe. I want to throw a fancy word, but they watching, they're looking, they may listen. People listen, but it always say, that's the time-honored quote. Even he himself said, "Actions speak louder words than actions speak louder than words." And how can you go? I mean, that's logic. That's basically like, okay, somebody could tell you, well, I'm going to come get you and carry you to the store all day long, but if they don't come and get you and carry you to the store, their actions, if they don't go by doing that action, then what they said don't necessarily mean shit to you constructively. Let me continue with your video.
Not accepting, so therefore we taking points off your pay. Y'all following me here? So I don't understand why it is when a person wants to make a point in the black community, they bring up Charleston White in one of his clips from a video. This man speaking the truth. He's telling it what it really is. What? Y'all don't have, and this is what I'm saying. He's not saying anything that we've not ever heard anybody else say before. There are plenty of.
So you're saying you're not saying that what he says is a lie, it's just that you've heard it before. Okay, that's understandable. Once again, Charleston White said he comes on the internet to bullshit. I'm pretty sure he'll say out his mouth, he ain't come to teach now an adult motherfucker shit. If anything, if there's some kids or some younger people that may have not ever heard what he's saying before, due to the fact that a lot of us old motherfuckers don't be really talking about shit, but Will Smith getting having sex with Dwayne Martin or just just random bullshit. Beyonce looked like she white in this picture, man. We don't hear a lot of the old game we used to hear from the old heads, about even just the basic shit like being responsible and taking care of your surroundings. Clean your house up. Just basic shit. I mean, I'll be guilty to say I keep it oftentimes untidy. But let me not get too far off. Let me continue with a video.
Plenty of people who are saying the same things that Charleston White says about the black community when he brings up points about the children, about the music, about all the things that we're dealing with, right? We see this shit all the time being said in our communities. He is not preaching some shit that we have never fucking heard before. So my question would be, y'all don't have more legitimate sources to fucking use to make y'all points about these things? Like, for real. Y'all.
Yeah, okay. Yes, we do have more. If you wanted to have more text, accredited, literary credited, library accredited sources other than what he's saying on a YouTube video live or Instagram live video, fine, Mechee, we got that. The nigga just on here talking, and it's funny. He's making niggas laugh and dropping gems or whatever. People take it how they want to take it.
Don't have any more legitimate sources, because I can tell you, for as much as y'all put clips up online, How many of you want to talk to me about the 20 plus clips online about Charleston White talking about sexually assaulting women and children? I don't understand it. Like I don't understand it. See, let me take it back. I do understand it because this is the same reason why in our household in the black community, people do dumb shit.
Before I even, because he tells this story, the reason why he says this, and you say he'll say all the time, I used to rape white girls when I was a kid, da da da, and what it is, man. I'll let him explain that part. But what I will tell you this is the part that needs to be most specifically stated. For Homeland Security, the man conducts training. Has a resume where he's conducted training for Homeland Security sex trafficking officers. He trained sex trafficking officers by way of Homeland Security. Now, what the specific training was, I don't know, but the accreditation is there. I'm sure that's something that could be proven. So it's like, okay, you have the fact that he's done that, but it's not only that. There's also been, points and videos that not necessarily. He has a private page where he talks about the local shit that goes on, where he's talking about where he's helped saved young girls that were prostituting. He's spoken against the predators by name, who was sexually molested young girls, impregnated them or whatever, statutory rapists, what have you. So okay. There's a reason why. If you watch the interview, you'll find out why he consistently says that he's speaking. There's no rape accusations or allegations against Charleston White. Charleston White works with children because there are no rape allegations or accusations against Charleston White. You come on and you say the man's a pedophile. I don't really recall. I think specifically now. Maybe I might have missed the video, but the video I saw that keeps on being referenced about Matt Hoffa and what he said about Matt Hoffa's girls that he didn't know nothing about in the video, age or whatever, anything about him. He just Matt Hoffa said something about his daughter. You say something about my daughter, about the was Skippy. So don't tell the nigga what he gonna say. Charles came on there and immediately said something about the nigga daughters. But you speak about Matt Hoffa, but Matt Hoffa has actual rape accusations. I don't know what they done with the girl, because the girl, from the one point it seemed as if, well, okay, I don't know. The man had accusations. He talked about he took the girl to have a smoothie, but this is the person that you're defending. He said, well, he said this about his daughters. Okay, so what? It's the internet. There ain't no bar none in joning or throwing cash and insults. If the nigga is foolish enough or crazy enough, ain't nobody doing that to no motherfucking kids. Nigga trying to get him in his emotions so he'll crash out. But what Matt Hoffa did was when he cried to the industry. Just like China Mac, you defending China Mac. China Mac, the nigga Asian. Come on, Mechee X, for real. This nigga, what I think he's supposed to be? Is he some type of Asian Crip of some sort? Don't Crips kill black people? And you telling me on this, you on my nigga for what the shit he say, and you consistently on my nigga about the shit. And you be in your chat talk about y'all. Anybody who listens to them, I lose all respect for them. They are deviants, but. Shorty, you don't even know niggas. Niggas support you. And I mean, so what maybe I might have, and I shouldn't say that because if I was gonna do it, I'd done buy a subscription to your to your platform, which is very noble. You have your own platform in which you can sell subscription to every month, and it's well put together. And the way that you go about doing your blog, you do half of it on YouTube. You say, if you want to catch the other half, you gotta come onto my platform. It's only up for 24 hours. Woo-woo. So, once again, I give you props, sister. But damn, if you just knew, then you're gonna. Oh, let me continue. I don't want this to be so long, but you got to get it all in. It's almost okay. Let me keep going. Fuck
it. And you still put them up on a pedestal. Wow. This is why Uncle Pedophile that ain't no good gets to do the shit he does in the family.
Pedophile, what the
he
fuck?
Pay bills, or because he help a nigga out, or because we need Unc to pull these strings. You continue to let him do the devastating shit that he does in the family, and you overlook him. Nobody checks him. So while Charleston White is talking about the black community and all the shit that we let go past, nigga, you one of the problems that we let go past. This man has outright made comments about sexually assaulting women, and he says it so much. He says that R word, and he talks about yeah. I do it all the time, nigga. I did it all the time when I was younger. I'm a motherfucking R bitch in a minute. This is what he said. He is somebody's drunk ass uncle, and you niggas put him on a pedestal. I guess I am beginning to understand why y'all let so many drunk ass uncles, per se. They're not always the uncle.
Another thing, Mechee, Charleston White is not a drinker. Charleston White smoked that weed. Charleston White smokes a lot of weed. Charleston White, you don't see Charleston White with no. You might see him if it's like doing one of his shows or something like that, something social. He's a social drinker. He's not a get up in the morning, got to go get a fifth or a pint or whatever type of nigga. You might have to go get an eighth or a quarter or some grass, but some reefer. But come on. This is shit that's easily. Easily researched. I mean, if you really want to use this in the purpose of researching somebody. Okay.
They're the mama's boyfriend, they're the stepdaddy, they're the granddaddy, they're the mama's friend, or whatever the fuck they is. But y'all all let them get away with the dumb shit they get away with.
Charleston White today one day.
This man got into a beef with Mav Hoffa. Mav Hoffa has black 6 and 7 or 7 and 8-year-old daughters. He said that he was going to sodomize them.
I think he said, I hope that they get raped, they get blanked in the A, F'd in the A by some freaky uncle, some old wild shit. But I don't think he said I don't think he volunteered for the job himself. That's just a little bit extreme. I don't think he got that high. No, I don't think it. I think there might be a line, but like I said, maybe I missed that video. But I do know that he did say that he wished that upon them, even though he didn't know who they were. He never seen them. He never even heard them. This is just on the strength of Mav Hoffa talking shit. You just can't. Don't poke the bear. That Charleston White is the perfect definition of the explanation of when you say don't poke the bear. Don't poke the motherfucking bear. You poke the bear, and the bear get to chewing on your motherfucking arm. Now you want to cry to academics and Live Nation and to the Asian community by way of China Mech. Come on, man. She bring that nigga, the Asian motherfucker. Come on now.
Y'all don't want to talk about that though, do y'all? Y'all don't want to talk about that, do you? Like, you niggas don't get to talk to me about Sexy Red and how trifling she is, because Charleston White is nothing more than a male Sexy Red in the sense that he is always putting degenerate shit out to the community, and y'all prop him up on pedestals as though he is the voice and the opinion. Do you know how dangerous it is? Let me tell y'all, stupid ass black men that are putting him on a pedestal. Not the smart ones, because I'm not saying all black men are dumb, but some of you niggas.
And telling people to be law-abiding citizens, don't be in gangs, take care of your children, being a day one daddy, supporting black businesses, not being lazy and being productive, being entrepreneurial, not being dependent on systems and things of that nature. That's equivalent to Sexy Red. Charleston White is equivalent. I had to be high for that really to sink in. When I was listening to this last night on the plantation, that didn't hit as hard as it just hit right here. Charleston White is sexy red.
Oh, shoot they wear, baby. Y'all put this man on a pedestal. You continue to give him plays. You continue to make him go viral. You can continue to use him as a source to say this man was telling the truth. And at the same time, he is doing nothing
He's talented
but making you look bad.
He when
he said he told that Asian boy China Mac that he got into a beef with, he told that boy China Mac, he said that he wished that Asian women and Asian babies would get the R word by men with BBCs and that they would rape these women and children. This is what he says, okay? And he said, yeah, that's what needs to happen. You do really
see. And it's not that a nigga is laughing at the actual criminal activity because it's a horrible thing, and whether it happened to anyone, anybody, anywhere, anytime. But it's the fact that the shit is just unrealistic, just so unrealistic and fantastically spat out. Just okay, so the well-hung African American men are going to specifically target the Asian infants and. They cut that nigga. They really did not. And China Mac's not a nigga. They cut that boy to the heart. And he called in the whole Asian community on that. So what they did after that was DJ Academic was supposed to have done a comedy show in New York. That shit was selling out. The Charleston White comedy show in New York City was selling out. And China Mac and oh boy, by way of I guess he being associated, Matt Popper, the alleged rapist, being associated with Live Nation and all that, they somehow got academics had to call Charleston White and say, well, I can't do this show because Live Nation, they're shaming me for even dealing with you. But of course that ended up to be bullshit. But hey. Let me continue with Shorty, because I don't want to hold y'all.
Realize for as much as you listen to this man run his mouth about white supremacy and what we need to do in the community,
that nigga don't even be talking about white supremacy. Hey, halfway don't even believe in white supremacy per se. He'd be one to tell you that, he as wild as, and kind of tells me that you say the racism don't really exist in this time, and I can understand the type of hateful racism, but then that's in a way that's kind of iffy as well, because like sister, you right now you down there in down south dealing with police killing a young black male. So, but you say put on pedestal, people that you put on pedestal, you tend to agree 100% wholeheartedly with. Some things that you can't agree, you shouldn't agree 100% with nobody. But still, you don't have to be disagreeable with their disagreement. You can call the man shit, say the male sexy red, but you really don't have any further reference or investigation of what he's actually done in real life. The picture that I have as the cover photo for this video is when he would be down there in Stop 6, pretty much the bottom of this pit of Fort Worth, the Fort Worth ghetto per se, by the project, now by near the projects, gathering resources to buy kids, buy school giveaway backpacks or whatever. Those were like a whole bunch of tennis shoes, fancy tennis shoes, and the guy, I think that if I'm correct, then there might be Stop 6 Juju in the picture there. Stop 6 Juju was in trouble. See, that picture tells a couple of stories. Number one, it tells the fact that he actually did community work. He was a youth advocate. The youth advocacy part is something totally different altogether. The youth advocacy work is where your kid might be in trouble, might have a murder charge or whatever, something like that, and he'll be able to go in there sit between the judge and in front of the prosecutors and all that, and testify over the mitigating factors which might have pushed that child in order to be a murderous child, because hell, he was once in the position of being tried and convicted of participating in the murder as a child. But this is what you did. But you, sister, I asked the last video I asked, and I guess I just asked, I said, just do a little background investigation. I can understand, okay, the delivery and the things he says in delivery, but you step it in the way of, okay, he talked about allegedly doing the R word to young white girls. But you think about it historically, and this is not necessarily, well, no, I'll look at it as well justification. Fuck it, I'll take it as justification. Back in the days when Massa used to rape Beulah May, you think Miss Rebecca gave a damn about Beulah May? She was more concerned about whether Beulah May would have a mulatto child coming out of. So you gonna tell me, okay, so he said this, and I mean I understand women are survivors of that, and that may be triggers, and I can say that's why I say you may not want to hear in the concept of a joke in any type of way, shape, or form. But I'm a nigga. We laugh at our pain. As painful as the shit is, that's the only way to keep us from the motherfucking insanity. I can laugh at child abuse. I got my ass whooped all kind of ways. I can laugh at that shit. All type psychological and physical punishment. But we still on this video here.
His mouth about white supremacy and what we need to do in the community. You do understand that he's not doing anything but promoting and further pushing the narrative that black men are the most vicious in this country. That you are the sexual deviants, my brothers. You're the sexual deviants. And you are the most violent and most vicious men out there. And because you have decided to put him on a pedestal, society takes it as though you feel that he speaks for you.
So, Charles White is a black male, black man. Charles White has a son. Charles White has a brother that is a black male. Charles White has a nephew, black male. So what you're saying is that what Charleston intends to do is create a narrative that is just totally depicts all black male as some type of deviant beast. So, and what that is, that's going to help the system treat niggas even any more worse than what they already treat us. Is that what you're saying, Sister X? Help me figure that out.
You feel that he speaks for you. This is what the rest of America is going to see. They're going to see Charleston White. They're going to hear what he says. They're going to say, you have put him up on a pedestal. All these black men in the comment are agreeing with him. All of them are saying that everybody else that doesn't agree with him are haters. So publicly, y'all co-sign this man enough that every other race can come to this conclusion.
Since we ain't do every other race, especially the Peckerwood, give a damn about what a nigga say. What a nigga think, a black male think. Since when? They gonna make, the way he tells jokes online, he gonna make all them people, y'all better be careful. That boy gonna get all y'all nigga boys in trouble. Y'all keep on listening, gathering around, listening to his foolishness and tarnation.
Charleston White represents the black man in America. But yeah. Y'all niggas so smart, you dumb that you don't see that.
Charles White is a married man. Charles White is a day one daddy. Charles White is an entrepreneur. He doesn't have a boss other than himself. Charles White has developed youth training curriculum programs that could be used in all 50 states. And they're accredited. Youth programs that but you don't want to do that type of research, shorty.
Charleston White is a drunk. Charleston White is trifling.
That's slander. You're just being so slanderous. She called that man a drunk. She called him shit. She said he's the equivalent of sexy fucking red. Charles White, you are a boisterous blue. I ain't gonna call nigga. Ain't equivalence for sexy real. I know the nigga name Blue, boisterous Blue, blasphemous Blue, whatever in the fuck. Goddamn.
The things that Charleston White has said, it is amazing to me that y'all let him around children. And let me tell y'all arguments real quick. And trust me, follow me because I'm going somewhere. Because all of this plays in.
It's amazing that they let him around children. Have you spoken, man? It's really crazy about it. Is that that once upon a time when they really started trying to get at Charleston for that statement he made about about him being mannish and having sex with initially reluctant white girls as a kid, like the white girl or any other girl when you first have sex with, I shouldn't say that. I said any girl, but you got to be a recognized no means no. But sometimes it's like a woman don't necessarily want to be like she just and gave it away. She's going to even in some cases play. Goddamn. Let me keep on going with this shit because this is going somewhere else, and I don't want to be misinterpreted or be distracted from what we talking about. What I'm saying is the hell, the nigga was a little boy. At the time, he talking about shit when he was a little boy. When you talking about the shit like he going around being King Kong, King Ding-a-ling, hanging outside white women's windows and shit. That's bullshit.
Plays into TD Jakes and all of that as well. Okay? But this man goes around saying all of these things and y'all put him up on this pedestal. He represents black men. He talks bad about all of these kids. He said, I don't understand why y'all would let a man that speaks like this about children, why would you let him around children? Because these are y'all arguments in the comment sections. Y'all all say this. Charleston White be doing work in the community. You might not like his deliverance, but you can't refute the work that he's doing. What work is Charleston White doing? What work? What work?
12 years of documented community work. I guess you say you say that you move about the country relatively frequently, and even without moving about the country, I'm sure there may be somebody within your network that could reach out to somebody of affluence in Fort Worth. One time. There was a young man and that he had got that he was known he was committing crimes. He was doing wrong as a little kid, but the way he met his demise was unfair. He met his demise because he was running from the police, trying to get away from the police, and doing this escape from the police. He just so happened to shoot a police chief in the head, killing him. And it was just one said that this was supposed to have been this is a bad, you talking about one of the big bad Buford Puster crackers. If you remember Walking Tall, one of them Rambo, I think they said they called him Rambo or whatever. I guess every hood got a cop named Rambo, but anyway, he killed him. The kid killed him. Now, I guess during the course of him being arrested, they killed the little boy. They killed the boy. So what had happened in the Fort Worth community is that the cops were saying that wasn't even trying to let the parents see the kid body. I think they were intimidated, might have been intimidating the funeral homes to have the service. Just putting the pressure on the kid. They already killed the boy, so why they putting the pressure on the parents? They still upset because the boy killed the chief. So what Charleston took it upon himself to do, he said, I'm gonna get my guns and I'm gonna go sit out in front of these people's house, in front of my people's house to make sure that they feel some type of comfort so they can get a little bit of sleep, whatever. Because people have been getting no sleep because the police was coming down there fucking with them. They was coming from different counties or states, whatever, because they You know, the little nigga boy that killed the big bad white cop, the big white hunky cop, redneck cop, whatever. So Charleston sat out there, and then when he was leaving, they pulled him over. When they pulled him over, they took him to jail allegedly because of tail light, whatever. They ended up holding him underneath the Sandra Bland Act. In the Sandra Bland Act, if they feel that you have some type of mental incapacity at the time of your arrest or whatever, they don't have to let anybody know where they taking you or whatever. Some to that degree, they institutionalize you. And what they did, they institutionalized Charleston White in the name of him standing up for his people. But you got a lot. You say a lot, Sister Mechee. I don't know how long I've been on here, man. I don't want to keep y'all on here too long. I ain't been on here, listen. I guess I got about 15. I'm going to do this a whole hour. See if I can get me some hourly shit or whatever. Don't nobody fuck with this shit. Just like I said, I'm a lowly YouTuber. Maybe you might see this, or maybe you won't, Sister Mechee. But that's, you bogus as hell. In my mind, if you about righteousness and truth, right? Actually, I understand that you may take a real strong offense against, the R word being used in the name of being of trolling or in some form of humor, but it is my belief, based on the evidence, sex trafficking for Homeland Security, for Homeland Security agents, demand conducting sex trafficking training, whatever that might entail. Just the title of what it is kind of counter against being a child R-wordists per se.
What work?
What work? You funny.
If that's the case, Diddy gave a whole lot of niggas record deals. He made a whole lot of niggas money. So let's overlook all the fuck shit he did, because at one point he did something right. If Charleston White did get a law passed, that fucking law getting...
You can't find, well, at least I haven't seen in the years I've known about him. You can't find nobody that come out and say that Charleston White fucked them over like Diddy fucked over them people he fucked with. That's that bullshit. Man, that's it. And the thing about it is that y'all, the way you work your calls is kind of similar, because it's so similar. The fact that I don't know, if you just did a little bit of research outside of what he said, I seen this video where he said, an interview where he said you don't want to watch the interview because he said you already believe that he making the black belt, that Charleston White having virality and getting hits and likes and views is making a broad assessment of what the black male in America is. And even though if that was the case, then hell, the nigga is a millionaire, a self-made millionaire by talking, a day one father and a husband. I don't get. I mean, is that supposed to be something to be ashamed of aspiring to be? Oh yeah, he also said something that offended me in regards to something that is very, very, very harmful and negative to people. Make jokes about murder and death. Sticks and stones. God damn, man. That's what be killing this internet shit. That's what make the shit not fun no more. Okay, I mean, this shit might offend you. Okay, go past it. We don't need for you to go and hold no pickup sign, no megaphone, to be talking all that bullshit. The nigga ain't never raped nobody. The nigga ain't never been accused of raping nobody. What the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck do all y'all be talking about? Y'all, the Cam Newton interview came out. He said, even Cam, how the fuck you still asking this question? Well, you say this about this, that, and the nigga. How many hundreds of interviews that shit been addressed? That's what killed me about that shit. And I'm glad that them niggas called. I'm calling with some damn Mr. Charles called it early too. Time, oh, don't y'all be telling. I ain't said nothing new that I ain't said in them other interviews. The Big Facts interview, the shit. What's the other motherfucking interview? God damn, with DC 5 something. You know, whatever that video them motherfuckers is. Them interviews. Even the Vlad TV, the Say Cheese interviews, all this shit has been said before in the past. But all of a sudden it's a revelation. But she ain't, Mechee ain't even watched that shit, so I guess it don't even motherfucking matter to her anyway, so it is what it is.
Getting past is not the thing that's such a big ass ultimate fucking reward that you get to allow him now to do whatever he wants to do. He got a law pass, so no matter how ignorant he is after that, we don't care. We're just gonna keep going to the law.
She got the type of voice that when you listen to it, you know, it feel like when it goes through your eardrums, all the nerves, you know how they had them little nerve lines in your brain. Feel like all them motherfuckers be on fire. Like they just be like they be stinging. And she listening to your ear. I don't even know, but I mean that's. I had a girl. My ex had a voice out there. They used to fuss like talking and fuss like. Nevertheless, let me continue. Fucking.
He got passed. He's spoken some schools to children. Okay, why? Why is he allowed to speak in school to children when he's on here talking about sexually assaulting children? Why would anybody let this man into their school?
All you gotta do is research.
I don't know. Guess the same reason y'all let them perverted ass uncles stay around y'all children, generation after fucking generation.
Google the man name. Google his name.
Then y'all next argument be Charleston White, right? He's an actor. He's a character. He's trolling everybody. I wouldn't give a fucking fuck if he was. That makes it right. The shit that he's saying and doing, you can troll people and you can.
See, you right what you're saying, but you can't quote the shit that he doing to harm no motherfucking body, other than hurting their motherfucking feelings by convicting their spirit and their soul. So you walk a tightrope. You can't call a nigga drunk. You say shit. You say the male sex is red. You compare him to the molested and to the drunken molesting uncle. Who would even dare bring around their kids when it's just countless instances, documented instances where he's been around kids. What would the kids listen to him speak about? If you listen to the videos of those instances where he's been speaking with kids, but damn, they took down this motherfucking YouTube with all that good shit on there. But if you listen to the instances where he speaks to kids, you would know what he's speaking about to kids. So, again.
Make jokes and you can do shit all day. Have you ever heard of stuff being done in poor taste?
Yeah.
What has ever been funny about making jokes about sexually assaulting women and children? When has that ever been funny?
It's not funny to you. That don't mean somebody else's mind ain't sick enough to find it funny. That don't necessarily mean they gonna do it. They just got a sick mind. I'm not a pervert. I got a sick fucking mind. I admit it. I'm not gonna harm nobody with my sick mind. I just recognize I got a sick motherfucking mind. I laugh because I laugh in uncomfortable situations. So, you know, something like that, yeah, even to the point of shit, like I said, child abuse, getting your ass whooped, or whatever, or other random forms of embarrassment and shame and mistreatment. You know, laugh to keep from crying.
When has that ever been funny? When the fuck has that ever been funny? Y'all gotta explain this shit to me.
We'll just say, no, it's not funny just for the sake of knowing that it's not funny to you, Mechee. It's not funny, Mechee, because we know that you don't think it's funny. So, it's not funny. We don't want you to think that we think it's funny because we know that it would upset you because we think we may think that it's funny.
These are y'all excuses. He's trolling. It's an act. Bitch, I didn't sign up to watch a movie when I log on to Instagram. This is not Stars or HBO. I'm not at the fucking AMC movie theater. What do you mean he's acting?
Everybody on this bitch acting. Everybody, including you, acting. You got to put something behind what you say, what you say, and how you say it, in order to captivate your crowd. Everybody on this bitch is acting. Stop it. Quit it. I don't know why y'all trying to put niggas on a different standard than what y'all on, but that's what it is. Acting.
Y'all sound so crazy trying to make excuses for this man. And it's amazing to me because these videos of him speaking the way that he speaks, they're all over the internet, just like all these other interviews he has, but y'all always seem to miss those videos. Y'all overlook them and go to the ones that make the points that y'all...
The fact that they're all over the internet means that other people find them entertaining or informative or offending enough to pass them along. So, is it the problem that they're all over the internet, or is the problem that he made them? Is it the problem that you say you have to see Charleston White when you log on? Because in a way, you know, I know that you're associated with Tony the Closer and an old girl. I forgot old girl. The guy sued by Cardi B. That chick. I know you cool with them or whatever. And I can imagine that if y'all have discussions, that of course those who are dominating the cybersphere will come up. And I imagine Charles White would be somebody who would brought up. Matter of fact, during your earlier conversations, you had brought up Tony the Closer and Tasha K. On some shit on some shit we talking about Charles White. That's they shit. And you don't necessarily know the story behind that. I think he was kind of standing interference for fucking you mad at her now, the woman, like the girl you call her with the mole right there, she's a Pisces too, and I think Angela Stan King. You are in conflict with, well, I guess whatever conflict is on the internet with her right now. And you know, that's not necessarily. He's had this experience with Angela Stanton. He had experiences with Tasha K, and he has his experiences with Tony the Closer. So I imagine maybe you felt the need to align with a side, and I can understand that this is a side I want to align with. You say you don't respect you won't respect. Anyway, I don't respect you. You didn't even listen to this guy. Bitch, whatever.
And make the points that y'all want to have, right? Somebody say he fighting with T.I.'s son. He talk crazy about little kids. And look, even if we want to go talking about the sexual assault stuff that he's always talking about.
He talk crazy about little kids. Niggas every day talk crazy about little kids. Talk about your nappy head ass kids. And niggas talk crazy about kids every day. City to city, state to state. Everybody get talked about. Nobody is exempt in nigga land. Amongst the African American black people, nobody is exempt. They're being talked about, especially since we are amongst those who are at the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the totem pole. So they talk about us in the worst type of way.
Like, why was he online telling people he would pay somebody to hurt, was it Deion Sanders' son? He plays, well, y'all have to forgive me, I don't keep up on sports like that. I don't even really be online. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't watch that shit. But my understanding, if I get somebody's name wrong, but y'all know what I'm talking about, I believe it was Deion Sanders' son. And he was online telling people, yeah. That little nigga playing in the game today. Yeah. I want you to, somebody go over there. I got some money. I got, what do you say, $2,500 for anybody, break his leg, break a finger, break something. So he can't play in the season.
$25,000.
Did you really just publicly go online and tell somebody to hurt somebody's son? What? So, I don't understand.
That is a crime, ma'am. You know that is a crime. If you were serious about it, then people would have came and sit and talked to him. Goddamn. Are we that soft? We supposed to be ready for war, Sister X, but we that soft that rhetoric is supposed to have us clutching our proverbial pearls, per se. Oh my.
Hell, what's wrong with you?
The black male can't afford to be emotional. So I guess when people come and say, "Well, yeah, he spoke the truth right here," it's like, well, okay, it's not necessarily having to do anything to do with your feelings. It's just what he is and what ain't.
Oh, I'm telling you right now, if I watch you make a video and you use Charleston White as your representative to be the reason.
See, this is gaslighting shit. This is the shit that the motherfuckers always do. Now, if I see you and you do this and this, then I'm gonna check it out.
You are justifying. You gonna bring up Charleston White to justify the shit that you want to say to the black community? I want you to know that if I ever had any respect for you, I just lost all my respect for you as a man. I don't see no women putting this shit up there. It's all you brothers. I have lost respect for you. Because
now when people do shit like this, it's like, well, damn. If retaining your respect was that fickle, then was it really that important for me to maintain your respect in the first place? If something that's pedestrian, as okay, well, I might have used a reference from what this person that you don't like said, and even though it may be truthful, you've lost all respect for me as a man. So what is now? Okay, which what is it now? Okay, if you do, I'm still gonna be a man. Are you gonna disrespect me now because you've lost respect?
The way this man talks about children, the way he represents y'all, the way that he is ignorant. I feel the same way when I watch people praise Sexy Red. Tons of people talk about her video fire. She is nothing but an image of trash to the black community, and she makes us look bad. Charleston White is nothing more than an image of trash, and y'all niggas put him on a pedestal, just like trifling females put Sexy Red on a pedestal. And y'all pass this nigga over pass him like he's a scholar, someone we should reverence after, look after, we should follow.
Charles White's a law student. He was on the cover of the bar association. This should be so funny, man, because it be basic shit that y'all can look up easily. This nigga a pre-law student. Texas Wesleyan University. You say all this shit all the goddamn time, and it's something that I guess you could look it up if you wanted to. You have resources to do this shit, meet your ex. Goddamn.
We should listen to, like he's a leader in anything. And then you wonder what's wrong with the black community. Charleston White is our representative. This is the best we got, like I said about the Hebrew Israelites.
Charleston White don't want to be the representative of the black community. Charleston White has never said, at least none. Charleston White, at least I ain't heard. I never heard Charleston White say he wanted to be the representative of the black community. You may represent the nigga nation, but you just be just being associated with yourself with the nigga nation. And speaking on it, I guess you would make you a representative. But black people, the mouth of black, the voice of black America. Come on, man. You won't find. I don't believe that you'll find a video where he says that. You'll even might find a video where he says, I don't give a damn about nobody except my family, my mama, my brother, my sister, my kids, my wife. I don't give a fuck about nothing. If it ain't, within my immediate, I don't give a fuck about that shit. So.
It's like this is our best and brightest. This is who y'all want to represent y'all. There are so many reputable black men out there who are doing work, putting in work, and have the same messages and have been speaking about the issues in our community that need to be fixed, and they've been doing it for years. But because they don't do it with all this extra ghetto-ness on that shit, y'all don't want to hear what they have to say. And then here comes Charleston White, and he's your savior, just like TDG.
Charleston White tried that approach. But nobody listened to that approach. But now he's talking about committing hypothetical violent crimes against other ethnic groups in the name of trolling. Now he has attention. So he's saying the same shit that those same people say that don't get the traction or get the attention. But what he does is he goes and he draws the attention of people by way of shock comedy or, just saying something provocative.
Jake Shaw, motherfucking savior. We'll get to him in a minute. So I just need I need somebody to inform me. So when you come to this conversation later and you're watching this in my chat, instead of telling me I'm a hater in the comment section, oh, you're just a hater, you hating on Charleston White. I don't want to ever be anything like Charleston White. Y'all kill me with that hating. In this day and age, nobody can ever have an opinion. And my opinion is bomb. What I'm saying is the truth. Right? You can go look at it and open your eyes and see it for your damn self. Nobody ever wants to explain to me why it's okay for this man to talk like he talked about children and women. Nobody ever wants to explain that. Yeah.
If it's not okay to you, then it's not okay. It's not okay. What somebody else feel about it, that ain't got nothing to do with you. If they ain't doing nothing to you, but you talk about opinions, and your opinion is truthful for some reason, but yet still you call the man a drunk and the man don't even really drink. So with that being said, man, I've been on here long enough. Nigga Nation or nothing, man. Mechee, I don't know if you gonna see this motherfucker, but man, just look beyond the fucking video. The man is 46 years old. Don't you think he got a life history before the last few years that you've seen him on the goddamn internet? Nigga Nation or nothing, man. Peace and love. I'm out.